Hi everyone, and nice to be here in this year. My first trip to Thailand happened 14 or 15 years ago. With my wife, it was a very nice journey to Bangkok and after to islands. And after I was here in several times more in the kingdom, so my best advice before we will go to the technical talk is try to find it 2 days more after sub-0 and travel to Koh Chang, for example, rent motorbike and spend around few nights at island. Yeah, so what we will talk about in the next 20 minutes. First of all, I will give you a short introduction to Robonomics per-chain concept and current stage of the development of that. After, on the next stop, we will look more on smart home use cases, because in my opinion, it's the best what we have right now in form of Kusama per-chain. After, will be live demonstration session with one common scheme, and just a few minutes about our plans for 2024. Okay. So when you will try to remember what exactly is a Robonomics per-chain, I recommend you to imagine picture like that. End user try to interact with a digital twin of some physical object, smart device on complex robotic system, and after state transition in per-chain, real smart device will find information from the network and call to action of it. And basically, so basically, Robonomics per-chain, it's a place for digital twins of some smart devices and additional useful functions to interact with that. And of course, it's not a good idea to control every engine of RoboDoc with a digital twin on per-chain. It will be too much slowly, but I will share with you some examples from our past R&D projects. One of my favorite is NFT telescope. 2 years ago, we connected semi-professional telescope in Atacama Desert in Chile. The Atacama Desert, it's one of the best places on planet where for astronomy lovers, because it's a predictable weather, less humidity and so on. So we connected telescope and you was able to find a list of visible objects, constellations or galaxies, choose one of them, send transaction, and after a couple of minutes you will find NFT with a picture of the real sky object in your mobile phone Polkadot wallet. Another one example is our public lab in San Francisco. You can connect remotely, open session with the real Boston Dynamics RoboDoc, try your skills, write some code, and after your session, you will receive on your email blockchain certificate with our evidence what you did. Data will be captured from the different cameras in spot area, and you will get a file with for robotic simulation like a RIS or Gazebo. And one more, yeah, I guess I forgot it here. Just a second. Yeah, it's here. For example, this is a hardware by Robonomics team, and if you will open the box, you can find, of course, sticker, but here is a QR code. If you scan this QR code, you will find our evidence of how was assembled this hardware. So it's like something like a digital passport for any product what you can create in your small factory or assembling office. So my personal opinion is digital twins in form of per-chain is create for you a lot of advantage. One of the best of them is creating access control list in per-chain for your smart devices. You can combine technical and economical details, for example, to pay for your sky picture to telescope or you can build the normal application for interaction inside your smart home with a local smart home server without intermediaries in the cloud, for example. But as I said, the best what we did in the last 2 years is the smart home use cases, and we will look more on that. If you will open wiki.robonomics.network, you will find the big part of that about smart home. And if you navigate inside it, you can find several use cases what we have done. And you will need only Raspberry Pi, open source smart home solution with name Home Assistant. It's very famous, and if you try to find something for smart home, you obviously will find Home Assistant solution. It works well. For example, in my apartments, it works without any reboot for 1 year, so no problems, and no problems with open source Shield here. Robonomics team created Home Assistant integration. And if you will install Home Assistant on Raspberry Pi, you can go to our wiki, find instruction how you can install Robonomics integration for Home Assistant. And after, for example, you can start controlling our user database for your home local server with integration to Parachain. So it means the real database of users will be stored in Parachain, and home server will be controlled by digital twin, and our users will be stored in Parachain. Second one is, after you will install our integration model, your home server will encrypt each 10 minutes data by your Home Assistant and store it in Crust and Robonomics Parachain in the same time too. So it means you can get your telemetry remotely from anywhere, and only your own keys will be used to encrypt your data. No root certificates by some cloud service providers. And one more is backup services. Every day, our information from the last month, so your data of usage for 1 month will be stored by this integration in Crust and Robonomics Parachain too. So it will prevent the situation when you're just only a home server shut down. And so, yeah, it can be useful for you if you will lose your local Raspberry Pi home server. But as I said before, it's not a good idea to control every engine of some robot system with a digital twin on Parachain, but here is a scheme of how we propose to combine direct messaging through the libp2p, in our case, with the digital twins on Parachain. For example, if we go back to smart apartments use case, you can add from decentralized application new user account, Polkadot account, to digital twin. Your smart home local server will find information about that. And when you will come within our new user, your friend, will come to your apartments, connect to a local Wi-Fi network. After that, you can start interact with a local smart home server from your, for example, Nova wallet. Without transactions, our messages will going off-chain directly to home server, but Home Assistant integration by Robonomics will check who is sender of this message. And if an account is valid, so it means he will respond on that. So it's a combination of technologies where digital twin will secure access control list, and libp2p will be used with Polkadot accounts to prove that the account have access to home server. Now I will try to show you this type of interaction. We just released it 2 weeks ago, maybe less. So here is 2 lamps. First one is a ZigBee protocol device. Second one connected through the infrared monitor with our by Robonomics team. And now, as you can see, I choose libp2p section, and we'll try to. Now it needs to change. Yeah. Sometimes need more time. Sometimes need more time. I guess I made mistake because after you loaded interface, you need to wait the signal. Yeah, and after it will works correctly. It works correctly. Let's try again. Yep. Nope. Yeah. So I guess we missed some. Yeah, sorry, it was missed connection here. So let's try to repeat with. No? No? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, okay, let's try again with ZigBee lamp. So as you can see, when I send message, I just make a signature by my Polkadot account, and message will be sent with a libp2p protocol directly to Raspberry Pi here. But Raspberry Pi will check the signature and we'll try to find a user in digital twin. And let's try again with. So we have a 30% of succeed. Okay, let's try one more with lamp. Yeah. So I hope it will work better in the next month. But as you can see, it works in development stage right now. And in the several months, we'll try to fix some questions about relay transmitters of the data. Yeah. Maybe, okay. And it should, and from May, after May, it should be a fully workable new function of Robonomics platform where you can combine unlimited messages between your decentralized application, Nova Wallet, and, for example, from Nova Wallet and local smart home server. And you will have in the same time our Web3 cloud functions, like I said before, global administration, remote telemetry, and backup services. Altogether, it should look like it's a standard software for smart home solution, but only on Web3 stack, what, as you know, libp2p, substrate, and nothing more inside. Yeah. And yeah, what is the most interesting we will make in the 2021 in 2024 is our smart devices, as I said. We on the finish line with our first line of Wi-Fi compatible devices, gang switches, infrared remote controllers, energy monitors. You can find all these devices on websites. Now it's not a good to order because it's only Telegram bot, but from May we will launch the fully accessible internet shop to order that. And secondly, if you're ready to buy in some nice place like Cyprus, your holidays apartments. From this year, in the end of this year, because we just started with a finished constructed building in Mount. So you can buy apartments in Cyprus and Limassol with our software on board. So if you will open your apartments, you will find the Raspberry Pi, you will find the open source and Web3 cloud inside your home. So yeah, and let's back to here. It's most interesting, in my opinion, web page on our Robonomics.network website for this year, just to check it, because I hope we will propose around 10, 12 devices in the next 18 months for community. Our devices will be open source, open hardware. Our documentation will be free to download, and if you can just take our documentation, go to JOC PCB factory or other, and produce the same hardware, for example, for your region. But if you want, you can buy it from our website. So yeah, thank you for your attention, and if you will have a question, I will be here all day in the network stage. Thank you.